Okay, here we go with the next part. You can see that the resin is solid white in both of these molds now, and the second pour is going to be with color. I know I had mentioned in a previous video that you can use eyeshadow for coloring. I hadn't had any luck with acrylic paint. The dye inks left kind of a funky finish to them. So I was at Michael's today. Danger, danger! And I happened to be walking in the cake decorating aisle, and I came across this. It's gel coloring for icing, because you know, if you just add food coloring to icing, you have to add a ton of it to actually get the deep color that you want. These gels don't fade in the icing, and so I said, you know what the heck, I had a coupon, so this box with 8 colors in it was $7.50, and this is one of them. I think it's half ounce, 8 half-ounce jars, but one little tube or jar or whatever it comes in, if you go and buy the specific pigments for resin, one color, I haven't found it for less than $8 yet. So I said, you know, what the heck, I'm going to give this a try. Let's see if it works. And, you know, if it doesn't, then I'll just use it for icing, so nothing's wasted. But I actually did already do a little color test, and it worked fantastic. So this is what I did earlier. Now with the eyeshadow, I found, even though it did give nice color, there were some spots where if you don't get it mixed in completely, you see a little dark spot right up here, and then, I mean, there's a couple little speckles in this area. Being in powder form, it's going to be hard to get it mixed in completely because you can't stir it. You don't have a whole lot of stir time. So with this, what we're going to do, I'm going to use, let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and use, I don't know if a half a teaspoon is going to be enough. I'm going to go ahead and use a full tablespoon of each of the resins. I'll have myself a little backup here, some backup molds here, just to have some, oops, sorry about that, just to have something ready in case I have too much. But I'm going to go ahead and do a tablespoon of each part. I'm sorry, a teaspoon. Full teaspoon of each part. And I'm going to pour the first part. Use my stick. Get the excess out of there. Okay, and then I've got a separate stick to dip into the color, into the gel icing color. Okay, so I'm just going to do one little dip. That's all I'm putting on there. And I'm going to start stirring it into this first part. That might not have been enough of a dip, but we'll see. I'm doing it into the first color. I'm going to put a little more in there with a fresh stick. Because I don't want to stir both parts of the resin together too much, because then it will start to solidify. Now this blue isn't going in as nicely as the pink did. I'm not sure what the difference is, but you can see some speckling in there. But I don't want to over stir it either. So we might end up having some speckling. The pink worked awesome, so I guess it's going to be a matter of trial and error. Maybe I stuck the stick down a little bit further into the pink as opposed to just on the top. I'm not quite sure what the difference is here. Okay, so now I've got my second part, and I've got my measuring spoon. I've got my original stir stick that doesn't have any color on it. See, now that's interesting. Okay, now you can see where it's cloudy, and we need to stir it until the cloudiness goes away. Which again doesn't take long. Doing this in real time. And I am disappointed that this is speckled. We'll go ahead and pour it anyway and see what happens. Okay, so the cloudiness has gone away. And I'm just going to pour it straight in. And I guess we're just going to have to see how it dries. Well, I'm disappointed with that since the pink worked so well. Maybe I should have used the pink again, but I guess it's best to just go ahead and find this stuff out. So we're going to learn here together. Alrighty, and I will be back when that sets up. I hope it's not speckled when it comes out, but I bet it's going to be. Oh well. We'll see how it comes out. See you in a little bit. Okay, back again. You can see that it's set up, and I went ahead and did one with some purple too to see if I had the same problem with it being kind of speckly or what have you, and that seemed to have mixed a little bit better. I think there might have been a couple little speckles in there, but for this I used a smaller amount, as well as for this first pink one I used a smaller amount of the resin. Using the ½ teaspoon. I don't know if that has any impact on it or not, so it's probably going to take a little more playing to find out, but let's see what we got here. And it's definitely speckled. Well, nuts. Certainly not something you see every day, that's for sure. Kind of cool. With the white peacock. Looks almost like stone, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I imagine this is going to be the same thing. So we're speckled there again too. So I guess that's going to take some playing with to see. I mean, maybe it was the gel, maybe it was the quantity of the resin. Not sure, but it does look like the purple did better. Oh. It's speckled too. So, why this pink one came out so well, I have no idea. So I guess I'm going to have to play with it some more and come back and see if I can figure out what the deal is. Crazy. I don't know, maybe because the pink is a little bit lighter color. I don't know. I'm going to play with it some more and come back and let you know what I come up with. Okay, I'm back, and I have tested just a little bit more just with other colors, just to kind of see what's going on here. I did the yellow, And that came out absolutely fantastic. So it looks like the lighter colors will work, but the darker colors not so much. You're going to get the speckled effect, which again in some cases can be kind of cool, especially if you're doing a two-part process like this. I did the orange, and on the butterfly it looks kind of cool. Still not so much what I want. So the pink and the yellow seem to work really, really, really well. And you can buy the colors individually. So might be worth checking into as far as the lighter colors. I did, just for kicks, decide to try just food coloring, just for the heck of it. And it did the same thing as the paint, and it bubbled up. So, just so we can say we tried it, we tried it. Actually, and then going back to the icing gel color, this was the brown, and I didn't put much in there, but this could be really cool for a stone effect for some embellishments. And I've somehow got my hands all stained up. So that's our lesson in resin and making the molds and different coloring processes. Again, you have the eyeshadow, which in the blue apparently is not nearly as bad as what the gel frosting coloring is. But the yellow and pink on that worked out really, really well. So I will probably go out and get some individual lighter colors in just to see. The darker colors not working so well unless you want a speckled stone effect. So that's it for now. I think my next video, I did manage to get to the thrift store yesterday and last Saturday, so I will share what I got from there, and I'm going to keep playing with the resin and stuff, and as I come up with new findings, I will certainly let you know. So until I see you next time, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.